Welcome to the Poetry Fix on Radio Free Hillsdale 101.7 FM. I'm your host, Erika Kyba, bringing you your weekly fix of poetry from across time. Today we're concluding our journey through Percy Shelley's Ode to the West Wind. In this excerpt, Shelley's ode takes a more personal turn as he expresses his own relation to the wild west wind. If you'll recall from the last episode, the earlier parts of the poem set up how the autumnal winds clear out the dead and decadent so that new life can arise. Here, Shelley recognizes that he is part of the decay that the west wind will carry away. He observes in part 5 that, symbolically speaking, his leaves are falling like those of a forest. And indeed, Shelley's health was steadily worsening when he wrote this, and death would come for him just 3 years later. But his physical health is not the only thing that has seen a decline. Shelley likens his spiritual state when he was a boy to the wind, uncontrollable and free. Now, however, he feels chained by the weight of hours, by the multitude of painful life experiences he has undergone, and he longs to be proud and untamable like the wind again. His solution is to completely surrender himself to the autumnal spirit rather than fight it, even though this means reconciling himself to the decay of his earthly life. His hope is that the west wind will drive his dead thoughts over the earth in order to quicken a new birth, to inspire the next generations with his writing even beyond the grave. Note how Shelley describes even his thoughts as dead. He knows that though he is riding high on the wave of Romanticism, this literary movement will eventually give way to the next one, and his poetry will no longer conform to the style of the moment. His wish is not for his work to be always at the pinnacle. What he wants is to awaken creative powers in new authors with his legacy. With all that said, let's dive in. Ode to the West Wind by Percy Shelley. Part 4. If I were a dead leaf thou mightst bear, if I were a swift cloud to fly with thee, a wave to pant beneath thy power and share the impulse of thy strength, only less free than thou, O uncontrollable. If even I were as in my boyhood, and could be the comrade of thy wanderings over heaven, as then, when to outstrip thy skiey speed scarce seemed a vision, I would ne'er have striven as thus with thee in prayer in my sore need. Oh, lift me as a wave, a leaf, a cloud. I fall upon the thorns of life, I bleed. Part 5. Make me thy lyre, even as the forest is. What if my leaves are falling like its own? The tumult of thy mighty harmonies will take from both the deep autumnal tone, sweet though in sadness. Be thou, spirit fierce, my spirit. Be thou me, impetuous one. Drive my dead thoughts over the universe like withered leaves to quicken a new birth. And by the incantation of this verse, scatter, as from an unextinguished heart, ashes and sparks, my words among mankind. Be through my lips to unawakened earth the trumpet of a prophecy. O wind, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? You've been listening to The Poetry Fix with Erika Kyba. If you enjoyed this episode, consider following The Poetry Fix on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Podcasts. And if you have any poems you want to see in a future episode, email your suggestions to thepoetryfix@gmail.com. Join me next week, and we'll be reading John Donne's Holy Sonnet 12.